Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
Previously, on Friday Night Quests, the party has entered a strange city full of curious new sights, but the most shocking discoveries are yet to come. You arrive at the school, you park the boat, he parks the boat, and it seems like it's just a communal thing, whoever needs them takes them, and begins walking towards the building. As you're walking, there's this metal statue, cast in probably iron or steel. There's a statue of a Dragonborn woman standing about 15 feet tall. It's, cast up for emphasis. And she's wearing a graduation cap. She's holding books under her arm. She's looking around optimistically and joyfully. It's a very like Mary Tyler Moore statue.
Huh.
Ooh.
Is there a placard or like a name?
Yeah, you investigate it, and it is a placard of Shumari Silvertooth.
I deface it.
In what way?
I'm just kidding. I don't. It goes through my mind, though. For some reason, I have a hatred of authority.
Interesting. That probably needs to be unpacked at some point.
For sure.
Or we could just throw away the suitcase.
Oof.
Yeah, throw it in the water. I throw it in the infernal sea.
And Funke leads you into the building, and standing behind one of the, like a reception desk, essentially, a visitor's desk, is a mechanical Dragonborn. And she has a glowing orb set into the middle of her chest, and she smiles and she says, "Hello, welcome everyone to the academy. Do you have tickets, passes?" And Funke waves and says, "No, they're my guests. I'll use my allotment, my credits." She goes, okay, well, let me check your records. And she goes to a book and starts flipping through it, and she's got very well articulated digits, and like she moves and behaves like a Dragonborn.
Do we recognize that orb?
No, you don't actually. Well,
Okay.
Let me rephrase that. I'll call it an Arcana check, or a History check.
Can I?
Yes, actually, you may.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to take history.
I'm going to do Arcana. How are we feeling about a 3?
Not amazing.
15.
15?
2.
Okay.
Finally gonna do one.
17.
Okay, so Quatra and Althea recognize this is very similar, actually, to the kind of gem that was set into not the wagons that move with crab legs, but just the wagons that roll themselves.
Oh.
The ones that seem to move without horses.
Right, okay. So, are they like stones?
They are crystal. They're like,
crystal.
there's like smooth glass, maybe.
Okay.
You're not sure.
With a glow.
They glow from within, yeah.
Okay.
This one's much smaller.
Okay.
The other one would have been probably about the size of like a harness for a horse, or a beach ball, probably. This one is roughly the shape of a heart.
I'm going to lean over to Phineus and say, have you ever seen something like this?
I've never seen anything like this. I definitely want to learn more, though. This is clearly, this is like a golem of some sort.
Do you think it's hell magic?
Hell magic? No, no. To be fair, I have not seen a lot of hell magic.
So you can't say it's not hell magic.
Can't say with certainty, but
So it's hell magic.
She looks up from the book. Okay, yes, you do have 4 credits you can spend, Funke. Welcome everyone to the academy. You're looking for a guided tour? And he says, no, we're doing research at the library. Okay, all right, fair enough. I just need names for the records for the visitor's log, and I'll go ahead and take those down. I'm sorry. My name is Shumari Silvertooth. Nice to meet you all.
Veloja sees you, Shamari.
Whoa.
She sees your hell thing.
Oh, okay. All right, Quatra.
This is we've gotten a little bit of radicals before. This is a new one, I will say, but I'm not a hell thing in your words. I'm not possessed. This is my spirit. It's just a construct around it.
hold on. Are you saying that you're we saw a statue out front for someone named Shumari
Yes.
Silvertooth.
Yes.
Are you saying you're that same person?
I am, yes. I am a Dragonbuilt now. I passed away and was resuscitated in this mechanical form. It's one of-
Dragon built. So you
Yes.
mean as in like Dragonborn, Dragon built.
That's the branding. We are, I was one of the first successful tests of a Dragonbuilt, and as such, am happy to welcome you all to the place where we make the magic happen. Very literally.
This is unnatural.
How
And specifically meant to be.
Well, I have so many questions about this. How no one can come back after the collapse. How are you here?
You know what's funny, guys? I fucked up and I forgot about Jabstein. And your boar and your bear. Where'd you leave them?
At the tied up at the tower, and Jabstein is watching them.
Perfect. Sounds good to me.
Whoa!
Nice.
That was clean as hell.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Jabstein
what
rode.
the fuck? Why do I have to watch these?
Jabstein rode with me.
Because you're
Yes,
the
okay.
NPC, Jabs.
I mean, the boat was only so big. Couldn't fit
Jabstein,
everybody
you
on it.
don't have a real soul.
I had a note here written on my paper. Don't forget Jabstein, Barry, Snuggles, Gregory, and Charlemagne. And I forgot all of them.
Well, Charlemagne's still here.
Charlemagne can still play. And
Mike, it's only because we consistently have an extremely large party for some
Yep.
reason.
Yep. So Jabstein put up a bit of a protest, but you guys went on a mission that you were not sure was
I punched
safe.
him in the throat when he tried
Punched him
to.
in the throat. He fell unconscious, and he's still asleep.
Watch the
He
animals.
enjoyed the subway ride, though.
So hold on, how are you here? How did you come back? No spirit can return ever since the collapse.
That's definitely been true historically. The Zidani clan has other methods at play. Thanks to discoveries made in the last couple of decades, I am in fact possible.
Okay, but you understand these are massive discoveries that
Yes, they
a lot
are.
of people out there would like to know about.
They are massive discoveries and proprietary technology.
Phineus, this is technology from hell.
I have a question for you. So, I've studied the woods, and I believe you said I am a druid, correct?
Did you?
Why are
look-
you looking at me and
Did you-
asking this question?
You always give me the names.
I don't. Y'all fill her in.
The answer you're looking for is yes.
Yes.
Your character sheet says druid.
So, my auntie told me about how my people, like, once, like, you study and you grow one of the woods and, like, know more about nature, you can resurrect. Is this something similar to that? Though we build the bodies from the ground.
Oh, well, that sounds like that would be worthy of a cease and desist letter. So I'd rather that you didn't do anything such like that.
But it's been happening for generations.
Well, no one copyrighted it until we had to develop this technology, so...
You understand you
not
can't
actually-
copyright resurrection, right?
Ah,
And technically, you wouldn't even be able to. Anyway, you would have to patent it. It's different.
our lawyers say otherwise.
You're-
We've both patented the technology and copywritten the entire method of resurrection.
But-
That's not how that works.
Do you know this? Like, do you also have druids who do this for you?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to discuss the actual method, other than to say that it was frankly, a miracle made possible by modern magic.
Yes, but you do understand that you can't copyright a method. You can only patent it.
Also, resurrection is a part of a lot of cultures' faith and religion. You can't copyright, like, religious actions and beliefs.
Don't bother arguing with the hell thing.
I'm not a hell thing.
Honestly, I'm sort of starting to believe you might be a hell thing.
I'm not a hell thing.
Hold on, I don't want us to lose the forest for the trees here. Dragonbuilt. It was great to...
I have a name, you know it. It's been told to you. It's
Finger
Shumari.
Well, Shumari, it was great to meet you. We're going to continue on our tour and would love to learn more about your copyright.
Or not.
Well, if you need anything, I am right here, happy to help answer any questions without giving away any of the trade secrets.
Your lawyer is dumb.
I'm
And then I
still
walk away.
gonna learn resurrection.
You're welcome to try. I can't say that our lawyers won't play a role.
And like I go up to her and I point. I'm like, I don't know what a lawyer is, and I leave.
So, okay.
Shamari, you exist outside the elements, therefore you're an abomination.
We are
ashamed.
not an abomination.
I come back and I just pull Quatra. Like we'll discuss later.
My friend, not an abomination, an innovation.
Velocia sees you.
Yep. Okay. We're seen. You are seen. Okay. Goodbye.
Velocia sees her.
Yes. Yes, she does.
Before we walk away, I want to do detect magic because I want to know what type of magic this is.
Yeah, you definitely get a strong ping off of the gem in the center of her chest, and probably a fair amount from the chassis as well, for want of a better term. Necromancy for the crystal in the center, but only for the crystal. The rest of her body would be, I believe, enchantment because it's being animated by magic.
No evocation.
No, not in this case.
So necromancy and then enchantment for the limbs and ligaments and things like that. Also, can I do like an insight check on Shumari? What I'm trying to assess is, does this feel like a cold representation of Shumari, or is this her? Meaning, like, is this like just a shadow of who she formerly was?
Go ahead and roll. I'm going to put you at disadvantage because you don't know her before this moment, and also because she doesn't have normal muscles for her face. So
Right, because I'm trying to assess like small...
it's very difficult to make the roll.
Shumari
What
was
I'm
always
listening
cool.
for is like speech pattern, and I am a bard, so
Yeah,
like,
no, it's worth the roll for sure.
Okay.
And Quatra, actually, there would be evocation. There's some in the throat.
So you're saying you're like, is something off about this person?
Yeah, I'm trying to assess if like this is a dragon-built robot that's
Right.
calling itself Shumari, or if
Right.
this is actually Shumari. Clearly, I know that there's like necromancy and whatnot involved, but it's very different to like bring back a partial person and bring back a full person.
But necromancy isn't inherently evil, right? Because that is raised dead.
Raised Dead is necromancy as well, yeah.
Right.
No. I'm not saying it's evil. I'm
Right.
trying to see like how far along are they.
I'm
like,
saying it's evil.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to see.
You are allowed to think whatever you want.
You can do whatever you like.
So go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Yes. Well, the first one wasn't great. Oh, and it got worse. Yeah, I mean, 4 was my lowest, so.
You just are not sure.
Yeah, of course.
And Funke begins to lead you through the passageways and through the buildings and leads you into a library.
I'm still holding the dragon's head, by the way.
Okay.
I look at all of you and I say, guard yourselves. This is hell magic.
I originally wasn't so on that side of the situation, but I can tell you guys that this just doesn't seem, I don't
Good.
know, all there. Yeah.
I know if a body doesn't come from a dirt, does it even matter?
A dirt.
Exactly.
It's not even that. It's
That was
they're,
Amanda.
they're trying.
I like it.
They're trying to control and monetize resurrection, which is just, it's something that some people, you know, have a big belief behind or people depend upon.
I put my hand on your shoulder and I say, I'll protect you.
I didn't quite understand a lot of that conversation, but it sounded like she was trying to take something away from me.
She was
Yeah.
everything that you are.
I mean, not all of it, but she was trying to take away a very important thing that some people rely on and believe
Hell
in.
wants everything. It will never stop till it has it all.
I'm still not sure what hell is, but
It's a place of great selfishness.
So before we go any further here, Quatra, and I don't want you to have to change your mind or not speak your truths about this.
Thank you,
but-
because I won't.
Yeah, I understand that, but we could potentially be in dangerous territory, and we also could be in a position and have an opportunity to figure out how they're doing this. And they're not going to let us get near anything if they think we're going to blow their spot up or we're going to ruin their plans, whatever they be, good, bad, or middling. Like, we need to probably keep it together, just play along, and see where this takes us.
I start wrapping my fists with bandages.
Okay. I help him.
Thank you.
So is everybody on board with that, or is that a no?
No.
That's
just
we're gonna have to
preparing.
punch our
No,
way out of
and
this.
I think I just want to. Are we good to like kind of ride this out and just?
As long as is necessary.
Yeah, of course. If
Does
we,
this Kusarigama seem sharp to you?
Yes, I think
it
it is
seems
quite
really sharp.
I touch it and I'm like, ooh, yeah, that's good.
All right.
but if anyone feels like we're in a danger, let's let everybody know, and then we'll deal with it.
Okay. We should have a code word.
That's a good point.
Armadillo.
Okay.
Armadillo?
Yeah.
Okay.
they're an animal. I
And
know
I guess
that.
they do
I
roll
know
up
what
to
that
protect
is.
We'll
themselves.
just tell you to turn into an armadillo.
But what if I don't have the wild shape?
No, it's fine. It's more of just like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if you turned into an armadillo? Like,
But
or whatever.
but I'm trying. What if I can't?
You just hear the word armadillo. You don't need to do anything.
You don't have to yell. We're in a library.
Yeah, we're in a library.
Yeah, we are in a library.
Do I
Now
get
wait.
shushed?
If someone feels like an armadillo situation is happening, we should have other people concur or non-concur. So we should have someone should say armadillo, and the rest of us have to.
I think you're making this more complicated.
No, but you know,
Are you
let's
afraid
just
somebody's
wait
going to
for
scream
I'm sorry,
armadillo?
Althea. Do you think like there's some people in our group that might misinterpret a situation as being dangerous in a magical library?
No.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, I'll make sure to save some energy to turn into an armadillo.
Okay,
just in
great.
case.
I'm about to scream the A word. Because we're in danger.
Fuke comes over. Can we...
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
I have something for you. And I pull out the dragon head.
He, like, visibly deflates when he sees it.
And what I've been doing for the past 20 minutes on the boat is I've been casting Druidcraft, and I wrote Druid runes all over it. So
Make a persuasion roll.
dice has been rolling really bad all night.
This is the nice new one you got for Christmas?
Yeah, my Christmas dice.
Great job, Sam.
Let me try this one.
Santa.
I'm gonna count this one. I just
Okay.
wanna. Maybe I'm just screwed. Okay. 6.
6. If it helps, you don't think it's necessarily anything that you've done wrong, but it doesn't seem to be enough to motivate him out of his spirits.
All right, dude. What is the problem with this skull?
He takes it from Ivy and says, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
What are you trying to do?
You saw Shamari. I'm trying to...
You're trying to put a soul into that.
I need the...
You need the full body.
I need the basic magic to be there first. It's not conducting the magic.
Where's the stone? Don't
Well,
you need
I'm not far enough along for that, and I don't have the access to the materials for that.
You're
but
trying to half bake your way into making this
no,
work?
it's the components. You need to start at the bottom. This is if any of you have ever, I don't know, baked. This is the foundation, and I'm getting the yeast wrong.
What do you need?
I don't know. That's the problem.
Hey, Funke, who are you trying to put in there?
Yeah, great question.
He clams up. Says, "You wanted to do research Fae, right?"
Yeah. Sorry, I overstepped there. Sorry.
No, I want to know.
Make a persuasion roll.
3.
He shakes his head and says, "Yeah, there's a Fae section over here."
Okay.
Lead you on.
Let's go.
Who all is going through the books?
I am.
I
Okay.
am.
I'm definitely going through the books.
I'm keeping watch because I feel nervous in here.
Okay. Everybody but Quatra roll investigation checks. Quatra roll a perception check.
3.
9. God, intelligence.
8, but I can't read.
Well,
Well, that's
So who
unfortunate.
knows what it is? Florida DB.
We all rolled sub 10. Amazing.
What if my book has all the information we need, but I can't tell?
and Quatra, what'd you get?
23 perception.
Okay.
I'm going to blow an inspiration
Okay.
on this.
I want to do that too. Maybe something magical will happen.
I don't.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm
Go
gonna
for
do it. I did it.
For not books that you can't read?
We'll see.
Fair enough.
This roll isn't also just for what's there, it's also for how long it takes to find.
Can you quickly describe the library?
Yeah. It's very, very high ceilings and wide, but it goes on longer than it is wide.
Okay. Books, obviously.
Books. Yeah, mostly books and some scrolls.
Okay. Reading tables?
Some. Not as many as you might expect. but
Lanterns to light the place?
It seem like they're magical and they don't produce any actual flame.
Oh, okay. Well lit? Dim?
Decent. There's a fair amount of sunlight required for the room, so because the sun is going down, it's getting darker.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, my roll the second time was worse than the first time.
Okay.
I got a 14.
14. Okay. So as the two of you are going through books, Ivy, you do find a book that's written. A lot of these books are written in scribbles.
Yeah, I just kind of flipped through it, try to look like everybody else is
But one
looking.
of them is written in scribbles that, like, I don't know, they seem to, like, conjure concepts and images. Like, as you're reading a book, it's like, well, I understand the premise of, like, that means is, and that means where, and that means... So...
I am so enamored by this.
Yeah, you find a book that has words that you understand and writing that you can comprehend.
I hold this book to my chest. What does it say?
It is actually pretty incomplete because this is such a new phenomenon. It is on the Hollow Court and
50
the
Shades of
Unseelie
Grey.
Fae.
Ooh, I take it to Phineas.
Okay. Phineas, what she's holding, you cannot read because it is in a language you don't understand. But you have something in her hands that seems promising. You can't understand what it says. Because it's written in, you would know this language is Undercommon, which I don't believe you speak.
Well, let's find out.
Should be bottom.
It's on my, it's on my
Undercommon.
thing.
Can he speak it? Let's find out.
Holy
Let's
mackerel.
go to the paper.
D&D players, do they know things? Do they speak languages? Let's find out. Thank you.
Bottom left, I think.
Mike, can I read all the languages I can speak?
Yeah.
Okay.
You, in your case, you can.
Yes.
Ivy cannot because of her upbringing.
Honestly, I
read
definitely
one
didn't.
Issues.
Honestly, I didn't write down any of the languages that I speak.
Then
So
it
we'll
would
say that
be-
I don't know.
I think it's Halfling and Common for you.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't know. That's odd. Okay, this doesn't seem to be in a language I know fairly well. Ivy, can you read this?
I can read this.
Wait, you can read. Would I know well enough from like the?
You would know what Undercommon
I've
is.
read
yes.
a lot of things.
Yeah,
so
it's
like
sort of like when you recognize Cyrillic or something.
Yeah.
Like
Or Russian. You're like,
exactly.
that's Russian.
You can't read it, but you know the language.
Russian is Cyrillic. Okay.
so wait, you speak Undercommon?
I don't know, but I can read this.
That's amazing. Honestly, I didn't know what languages you spoke or read, and I guess Undercommon is one. Who taught you this language?
I don't know. No one. I just know it. I can just read this book.
Oh, that's great. Well, what is it about exactly?
It is about the Unseelie Court,
It's about the Unseelie Court?
and it is about the Hollow Court.
Do you know what those are?
No.
So you just flip through and there's a whole thing about that?
Yes, here, I will read it out loud too, and I put it down, and I'm going to
Well, hold on. Before you read that out loud,
So, once upon a time.
yeah, maybe it starts like that.
Yeah, it does, but Quatra. As they're having this conversation, you see a dragonborn head, silver head, other body parts attached. It's a living dragonborn.
Yeah, okay, it's not a floating head.
Like poke out from between some books, like around the corner, and then duck back.
I go to Althea and I say, Althea,
Yes.
there are hell things watching us.
I'm sorry. Halflings?
Hell things.
Another robotic dragon built?
Who gives
And
a
I put it in
shit
quotes.
what it is? They're hell things.
Show me where the hell thing is.
I point.
And he ducks back around because he was poking around again.
Do I see the, like...
Yeah, it's a silver dragonborn.
Oh, I go... I'm sorry, excuse me.
He fucking bolts for the door.
I bolt after him.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and make an athletics
Yeah, I'm
check
fine
to
with
try
that.
to tackle him? He's
Yeah.
gonna make a roll to try to get out of your way.
18.
Yeah, you tackle him to the ground.
Yeah. And I go, excuse me.
Please, I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
I'm gonna get it to her as soon as I can.
I'm sorry, get who? What to whom's?
I know who you are. You're the Moist Boys.
Yes, but where is the ring?
I can't make it.
Why can't you make it?
Welcome to Friday Night Quests. It's me, Mike Christensen, your host, and also your dungeon master. This is a long episode, so I'm going to keep my part short, but I do have two things to say. First thing is I have created the stats for the Dragonbuilt. If you want to play it as a playable race, it is available on D&D Beyond. You can find the link in the show notes. There's also links down there for the Fell Gnome. If you recall, the Fell Gnome is the tiefling-like gnome from Act 3, and those characters, both of those playable races, are on D&D Beyond if you want to try your hand at them. The links are, again, in the show notes. And speaking of things that we've posted, if you head over to our Patreon, you can get the second installment of Jay's Dungeon Master Notes for the Velvet League. These are the notes from Season 2, which was our adventure in the Cal Sovereignty, going way back to the Halcyon days of Friday Night Quests. If you want to read those notes, you'll have to become a patron. If you back the show at any dollar amount, we have Tremendous gratitude for you. If you back at the $2 a month level, we read your name on the show. $5 a month, that's what gets you access to the bonus content, like the bloopers that we've posted, like some other audio content we've got coming up, and to the Dungeon Master notes, which we will continue to post going forward. And if you happen to have a little bit more that you can spend, if you donate at $10 a month, you get access to suggestion, and you can make us say words. You can make the players say words for you. And all that information is on the Patreon. Go check it out. The link is in the show notes. That is going to do it. Like I said, we got a long episode, so I'm not going to overstay my welcome. I'll get you back to it. The next episode comes to you on March 30th, so we will see you then. Until next time, kick some ass, take some names, talk to you later. Bye.
I pull him off the ground, but I'm helping him up, but
Okay.
I'm holding onto his wrist like
He's-
you can't
He's
go.
terrified.
I'm
of
like,
you.
I'm not going to hurt you, but you need to tell me what is going on with Lady Thorn's ring.
I'm sorry. I thought I would have enough resources so I could make the ring, and I could still have projects for other materials.
I'm sorry. What does the ring do?
It's a mind reading ring. It's supposed to like
And also, I have a terrible memory. Remind me of your name.
Jorma.
Jorma.
Hoke.
Is there any private rooms around?
There are actually, yeah, there are reading rooms.
I grab Althea and I say, take him to a private room.
Yes, and then we go. I'm like, we're just gonna step aside.
No.
No. It's okay. It's okay.
And I'm going to stand at the entrance while you're in there.
Meanwhile, in 1583, the
Columbus sailed the ocean breeze?
the unseelie court.
The Infernal Sea.
I prestidigitate like the scent of lavender to calm him down.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yes.
Make a persuasion roll.
Okay. Why do I fucking do this to myself?
When somebody tries to look in, I say, move along.
16.
I'm supposed to do a lot of projects right now, and she's one of the higher paying, but I got burgled. I don't have any more relic oil.
How would one get relic oil?
Oh, you have to petition. It's a waiting list, and I'm not the only one.
All right. So, because you can't make this ring, what are we going to do about it?
I don't know. I thought I would just get some other projects and try to pay for more relic oil, but no one has any.
Uh-huh. So, what's the alternative?
Yeah,
I think you're going to have to give Lady Thorn back her money.
But that's not... Okay. I did spend it on components already.
I think...
And there are other people who also want money.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna die.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You're going to give me all the components that you bought for this ring. Yeah, that's the only way to make this right. Yeah, Jorma, look at me. Look at me. You're going to be fine. You're going to be totally fine, okay? But you got to give me those components, okay?
But there's other people I'm
Okay, then
supposed to
give
do
me
work for.
Okay, then give me the amount that one would need to make this ring, okay? So somebody else can make it.
That's my thing. That's what I'm saying. No one has relic oil.
Okay, I don't care about that. You already mucked this up. Give me what you have already. Okay? Okay, it's gonna be fine.
All right.
Lady Thorn's really rich. I'm sure she can pay for some.
In 1112, the Hollow Court.
I look in and I go, is everything okay in here?
Yeah, he's just, can you make him calm down or something?
It's time for bad cop. Go look outside.
I don't think Bad Cop's gonna get... he's already agreed to give us what we... as much as he can.
It's bad cop time. Go
And
watch.
I step out and I'm like, just... And I look at Jorma and I go, he's special. And I walk out.
What? Why? What?
Jorma,
Oh no.
I'm lawful good.
What? Okay. That
But
sounds...
even lawful good has its limits.
Oh no.
Shit.
Show me your hand.
Why and where?
And I
why?
grab his pinky finger and his ring finger, his middle finger and his index finger. Hold them in my two fists.
It's like he's doing a Star Trek
Yeah.
salute. Okay.
I'm going to pull these apart.
Wait. I can still. Okay.
Can I see what's happening from the? Is there a window?
A small one, yeah.
I meet your eyes, and I go, don't worry.
I don't. And I was like, but I don't get that.
I'm going to pull these apart.
I can make the ring. I just need relic oil.
Okay.
But he can't. And I'm whispering. Can I hear what's going on inside?
You can hear Jorma for sure.
And I'm like, but he can't find the relic oil. I just walk in. I'm like, he can't find the relic oil. He can't even pay for it.
Go watch outside.
No, he's telling me.
I know who took it though.
Wait, took what?
You know who took it?
Yes.
Took what?
I was there when they stole it.
They stole what?
My relic oil.
Okay. Who stole your relic oil?
Names now.
I don't know his name, but he's like a pirate and he's got red skin and he has this like hook thing made of iron, like a staff.
Okay. And I put my hood back and I go, does he look like me?
Well, I mean, he's got like a big beard, but like, yeah, he's like, I think you mean like, does his face look like it's on fire? And like, a little bit, yeah.
So you're saying, Jorma, that if we can get you these ingredients, you can make the ring?
Yeah, I mean, that's the great, so relic oil like makes it super fast to enchant things. I could do it in like.
Quiet.
Okay.
Jorma, if we go and get this relic oil, how do we know you won't escape? Give us something of value.
Okay. I can give you money. I don't have any. Shoes? I don't know.
Okay, do I see anything
I'm
that
a
looks...
student.
Do you...
I can give you ramen packets.
Does he look like he has anything like that might be of like sentimental value on him?
Pulls out his library card.
Okay.
You know, having fun isn't hard when you got a library card.
No. Keep your library card.
Okay.
Jorma, I want you to look into my eyes, and then I want you to look in Althea's eyes.
He darts his eyes back and forth between
We are the
you.
kind of people that don't care. We will follow you until we find you.
Huh?
So if you run, you will be found.
Okay.
Jorma, we're not afraid to fuck you up.
Huh? Okay.
I've seen Althea do things that have ashamed me.
I put... What the fuck?
With her fingers.
I
felt shame when I saw it.
I do produce flame in my hand. I'm like,
Yeah, that shamed me.
And he's a silver dragon, so he has no resistance to fire. So.
well, no. It's not to be on him. It's
No, I know, but like this is genuinely fear for him.
Oh,
like,
that's
He's
right.
scared of fire.
Yeah,
Oh,
if he was
that's
like
right.
red or gold, he'd be like, I could take
Yeah.
it. Maybe not him, but one could, and
Yeah.
he is not. So
Do we look like somebody that wouldn't find you?
I think you would. I mean, you found me here. I don't know how you found me.
Dude, you made it pretty obvious.
You've got the rest of this, Althea, and I go outside.
Huh?
I undo the flame. And I'm like, look,
Huh?
dude, it was good cop, bad cop. Okay,
I know.
just
You said it, but it's still super scary.
I know, but it worked, right?
I think I peed.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I pressed to digitate his pants.
Oh, that felt really good.
Okay, great.
Very invasive.
So
I didn't tell you could prestidigitate my pants.
I was like, I'm sorry. Should I?
This
get,
guy is definitely.
Do I have permission?
You
to clean your
magically
pants?
touched me.
No. That's right. Would you like me to clean your
That would
pants?
be wonderful.
I do that.
Thank you.
Consent is great.
This
Yes.
guy's both scared and turned
So-
on.
So I'm
not
like,
turned on.
look, Jorma, we're gonna go find this relic. We might go find this relic oil, but you have to tell me everything you know about Hook Man.
Yeah, so I like thought he was like a devil pirate or whatever, because like I seen like he's dressed like a pirate, and he had like red skin and like golden eyes.
Yeah, we got that
They like
part.
glowed with fire. You know, he has a scar on his right nostril that goes down his lips to like the left side of his chin. He's got the shepherd's crook. There's also a dwarf with him in like red and orange robes, and like this jacked looking tiefling. Like she definitely lifts.
Okay.
She had like a shield and a breastplate, and they scared me. And they were like, well, they didn't really talk to me that much. I woke
just
up.
took your relic
They
oil.
just took it and like.
And why did they come after you?
That was what I was thinking was like, why me?
Jorma.
It's always me.
Jorma. Yeah, I know you're upset, but you're gonna hurt your voice if you keep talking like that.
What do you mean?
Okay. Continue.
And then I went to like, I asked around if I could borrow, but like then no one had relic oil anymore.
So they were just after the relic oil. Had nothing to do with you personally?
I don't think so.
Okay, and they're pirates?
I think so.
And where do we find them?
I don't know.
Where do we find them?
I'm not a pirate.
You're gonna need to give me more than that.
I mean, not in the academy, probably.
Be cool, be cool, be cool. There's a librarian coming by.
Books.
And in 1812,
We're all just reading in here.
is it always this hard to read, Phineas?
Jorma.
You're reading mostly the page numbers, and then you're
1823.
buzzing.
Bazinga.
She knows how to read, kind of. She doesn't know actually how to what structure.
Syntax. Jorma, you're gonna have to be helpful and give me some
Okay.
guidance.
So like they couldn't have gotten to the island unless they took a boat, right?
Okay.
So either they took a boat from the watchtower, or they have a boat,
Okay.
or a third thing I haven't thought of.
Okay. And where would one find the boats? Where do they? Oh,
Well-
well, we got on one of the boats.
Yeah,
to
by the
get
watchtower would be
here.
some,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know,
There's no names that you have with this guy.
not me, no. And actually, make a history check.
Okay.
Both of you, actually, or one of you with advantage.
Oh, yeah, you go ahead.
Wait, no. Wait, but what's your history?
+1.
Oh, well, mine's -1.
Oh,
so
no,
you-
+4. +4.
Oh, yeah, you do with advantage.
Okay. Well, that was a 1. That's a 19.
Yeah.
So 23.
You actually were given this name by the gargoyle, Captain Flint Brimstake.
Ooh,
Flint
the
Brimsteak.
sexy name.
Wow. I've eaten at Brimsteaks.
That's like the name of your pet and the street you grew up on.
That's your porn star name.
Flint Brimstake.
Is the pet Brimstake? Or is that the street?
That's the street.
It's my kitten, Brimsteak.
Also, if I don't get the relic oil back, I'm going to be in serious debt with this school, man.
Shut up. Go back to where you're
Wait a
supposed
minute.
to go.
Did you? Why would you be in debt with the?
So you sign it out of the school, you pay for it, and like the jobs I was gonna do for like Lady Thorn, like that's supposed to pay for it, and then some. But like now I'm just out 100 gold.
Your first mistake was working with a Hell Academy.
Do I know? Have I heard the name Flint Brimstake?
Only from today's conversation with the gargoyle,
Okay.
not before then.
Okay.
Go back to wherever you live.
Okay.
Stay quiet and stay low.
Head back
Don't-
to the dorms.
Don't leave.
To the dorms. Go play some Halo with your friends or
Go.
something.
Go to your classes. Be a good student. Don't let anyone on. Is that understood?
Yeah, I'll just go hang out with my good friend Master Chief and try to take my mind off my problems.
Okay.
He's not your friend.
That is definitely the name of your dog in the street you grew up on.
Okay. So, now go.
And he just scurries out of the room and out the library.
I'm Master Chief. Put me in your forehead.
So I turn to Quatra and I go, "Are we gonna go after this relic oil? Do we really owe Lady Thorn anything?"
What was at stake?
I don't
No,
know.
it's, it's a Flint Brimstake.
What was that, Brimsteak? What are the Brimsteaks?
Never tell me the Brimstake. I say, I don't know. I think she was gonna pay us or something.
Is it worth the money?
200 gold each. I don't know. I don't care.
If we feel it, let's do it.
Okay.
Which is not normally a lawful good sentiment.
It's a slippery slope here
Yeah, it's
on
a
there.
very slippery slope
Yeah,
what I'm
I'm
entering
also-
into. This Hell Academy got me turned.
Yeah, I'm
I
neutral
check.
good, so I don't care.
Yeah, you don't mind.
Yeah,
But this Hell Academy's got me turned as fuck.
I'm into that. I feel that.
I punch a book.
What did that book do to you?
It's written in hell speak.
Okay,
I don't know that for sure.
It's just a little boy on the front. And it just says, everybody
It was
poops."
everybody poops. Not everything poops. You foul book. This book is full of lies. Plants don't poop. Plant people don't poop.
so Phineas, if I don't read these what's the first thing I read?
Yeah, just don't start with the letters at the bottom. Well, they're not letters. The numbers at the bottom.
But
Just read the top from left to right.
But some of the pages have like bigger words at the top.
Yeah. Some of them are bigger. That's the start of a sentence. You've got it though. Like just look at it clearly. You can read it. So just start whatever you see and read. Just speak it out loud,
It's
not
just-
too loud.
It's
But
just really hard not saying the undercommon.
okay, feel free, say it all.
But-
Say everything you see.
No. Like, it's really hard to, like, read it in like, this language I know, but speak it in the language we're talking now.
Because Phineas is helping you, go ahead and make another investigation roll with advantage.
Okay. 13.
The gist of the book is about how the Unseelie Court used to be a part of the Feywild, but post the collapse, the elves just sort of pushed them out when they were remaking the realities. And they shoved them into the Underdark, and they just pocketed that into its own dimension just to take all of their enemies and put them in a different plane and just flip them of the birds. So that is what the Hollow Court is. The Hollow Court is not just a function of the Unseelie Court, it's also a place. An entire, basically, the Underdark fused with all the Unseelie Fey the elves could find. It's not a great spot to be. You're finding rumors, and it basically is a series of research logs about different rumors about Unseelie elements. And you're kind of scanning through looking for certain words. I'm assuming Auntie is one of them, but
It's a research log. I don't want to cut you off, but who is the author of this research log?
it seems like compiled notes from a
Okay.
lot of different researchers. So it's almost like
So this is like a compendium.
Yeah,
Is it
it-
printed?
it is printed actually.
Oh.
And you're going through and you're finding that there is a section that references the Dream Eater. It's very, very short. It's only a couple of pages, but it does refer to rumors of a Fae that seems to be referred to as the Dream Eater and seems to exist in the Hollow Court, and a researcher was heading out to go do further research on this. And there are some illustrations in the book as you're going through, and there's some of like this, tall, lanky Fae, like with fire in his hands, and that's not anywhere near the section you're looking at. But like, there's little illustrations in between, as well as little illustrations of the artists and signatures. And the section on the Dream Eater has a sketch of the artist, and she looks a great deal younger, but awfully familiar.
I rip out that
It's
page.
Hillary Clinton.
I rip out the page of that and I put it in.
Whoa! You can't do that to books. You can't do that to books in a library.
But it's Auntie.
That's Auntie?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen her in. You've done the Druidcraft before, but that looks.
And she looks, functionally to you, Phineas, very different than what she's shown you. Her hair is up in a bun, she's wearing glasses, and she seems very composed. The picture that Ivy has been, producing has been wild-haired and, no glasses and sort of this wild look in her eyes. But to her credit, like, the visage of the face does seem remarkably similar.
How much, and maybe this is, Amanda, this is your decision. How much did you get through when you got through the section of Dream Eater that you started reading out loud, that you just, before you ripped out the page, or did you read it all out loud to me?
I read everything out loud to you.
Okay.
Because, I think, Ivy's using your help to go through this. I don't think she'd be able to read this book by herself.
Okay. When it, defined the Dream Eater, you mentioned Fae. Did it, say it very specifically as Fae, or did it, say it seemed like Fae?
The problem is that they don't have a reliable witness. So their best guess is that it is Fae or Fae adjacent.
So it seems like Auntie wasn't the researcher, but spoke with, or gathered research on this. Is that what I'm getting from, how this was compiled?
It seems like Auntie wrote this paper
Was
and didn't put it in the book, but the notes in here were hers.
Is there a name?
There is a name, actually.
What's her name?
Kick fart.
Because my heart is beating so fast.
The question that I have is the name in the book, does that directly correlate with the
Well, didn't you say
picture
that there was
or-
signatures?
It's a signature of the author of that paper.
Okay.
It's James Patterson.
It's James Patterson, exactly.
God.
Done.
Shit.
He's just so damn prolific.
Dan Brown?
He writes everything these days.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Kalina Lanik. Kaleena. Lanik. Lanik. And this is about when you guys pair up.
Phineas takes note of the author's name as well.
I say that I kind of like whisper like Kalina Lanik, and I fold it up and I put it in my pocket.
And I think because I can't read the undercommon, but I can see where there's signatures.
The signature
so I'd
is
be able to read.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
name.
it's probably in common because that's how she would sign her name.
Is that book in Undercommon?
Yes. That's how I say.
Wait, Quatra, can you read undercommon?
No, but that place is a dark place after the collapse.
I start flipping through it. I'm trying to find any mention of the work we were doing.
That would take a little longer to go through the entire book and see like that. You do have you are able to look for her face and see if she's written any other papers in here.
That's what I'm going to do.
Go ahead and make another investigation check.
Do I still have advantage because he's still helping me?
I'll allow it, yeah.
I can. Do you need me to roll for anything? Or? Okay.
No, you just helping her out gives her advantage on this
Oh,
roll.
nice. 19.
19. You find one other paper that refers to essentially just the premise that these planes are being shifted around, and it's almost like an op-ed. It's basically referring to how the elves have committed this seemingly good act of cleansing the Feywild of the Unseelie by forcing them into the Underdark, and then further blocking that off from the realities and hoping. I mean, it's still connected by other portals, but it's not directly connected to the material plane through tunnels anymore. It's a different plane of existence. All the planes are kind of connected. That's the premise of how the universe works. But they shunted everything into its own little pocket, and their rationale was at least this is going to be, an easier situation. And she's basically writing about this is going to have radical unintended consequences.
Because it's putting all these things in one place.
It's putting everything in one place. It's taking away the checks and balances that were in play on the Fae, on the Seelie court. There's nothing that's there's no unifying enemy for them that they need to worry about, really. They're not worried about the Unseelie just popping over across the Feywild anymore. Now, what are they gonna do? They're not necessarily the Seelie court are good, but not always great. They are very selfish and prideful and wrathful. That's not necessarily its own thing. The Drow are going to experience a tremendous calamity, a second calamity, essentially, by having this happen to them. Because their entire culture was just filled with the Unseelie. And for her, this is a very recent occurrence. This would be someone writing, today about movement in another country. This is her writing about what the elves are doing right now in her
just trying to
contemporary
force all
time,
these cultures into one spot,
and realizing this is a horribly bad idea.
But Mike, correct me if I'm wrong. There's been upheaval in a lot of nations since the collapse.
Very much so. This by no means is this the only case of it, and perhaps this is her attempt to kind of let people know hey, you may not realize this is an issue right now because we're dealing with the fact that there's a volcano where there used to be a lake, and now all these people are going to die, but we are going to feel the consequences of this for generations.
Are there any dates on either of her entries?
I was about to say yes, because yes, there are. The second one I described, the one I just described about the paper about, hey, the elves shouldn't have done this thing, is very shortly after the collapse. So by what you now know as Phineas can help you out with this because he knows these things, it would be probably about 6 months to a year into the new year, post-collapse. The research paper about the Dream Eater and about her, that ends with her, I'm going to go find out more information. If you work it backwards, it is about 6 months before when she said your birthday was.
I say that out loud to Phineas.
Because you are 90, correct?
Yeah, I'm 90.
Is that the current calendars count back to the collapse?
It is 90. It is the year 91, and the year 0 was the first year post-collapse. Effectively, and this is a little bit metagame, but also somewhat world information, the final episode of the last campaign was day 1. Well, they probably would have started in January, because they would have whatever their January equivalent is, because they had still had seasons to consider.
Horace's funeral was day 1.
It was probably February.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it just me and Phineas, or are they back yet?
They are arriving, and they're kind of catching some of this second half of what's going on.
Okay, I want to be Phineas, can I talk to you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I kind of duck under the table. Come down here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I have a fear.
Okay.
I think Auntie took me from the Dream Eater.
Why do you think that?
she wrote this entry on the Dream Eater before finding me, and the Dream Eater seemed angry at her. And, like, she looks different.
Well, yeah, I guess she was a bit younger, but... So
But,
Ivy,
like, it's even beyond that. Like, look at her eyes.
do you feel like you have some sort of connection with the Dream Eater? Other than what you experienced with that thing in the forest, do you think, like, when you spoke to it, did it talk to you like...
Speaking to the Dream Eater, I think is the first time I've ever felt connected to anything.
What kind of connection, exactly?
It just felt like I could trust him. Like he's familiar.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing this with me, and I want to help you figure out what's going on with the Dream Eater.
I don't want to tell the others.
Wait, why?
Like, I think Quatra will think I'm a hell thing.
No, Quatra's
And-
just worried about all the stuff that's happening in this library. It's nothing to do with you.
And Althea, I don't think she likes my problems.
I think Althea's just concerned. We're all concerned. The Dream Eater thing is a concern. I know we weren't, incredibly clear about what were some of the challenges with that whole situation, but I hope you understand that we do all care, and we're all pretty worried about what this could be.
Yeah, I feel so weird because I trust the Dream Eater, but you don't. And I trust Auntie, but the Dream Eater doesn't trust Auntie.
Right, it's conflicting. And, why do you trust Dream Eater?
I just feel like I should.
When you say you should, where do you feel like that's coming from?
Like, I put my hands to my heart.
Okay. I think that we need to learn a little bit more about Dream Eater before we, dive head first into open arms if we meet this thing at some point.
Yeah.
So my ask is, I'll keep this secret with you.
Okay.
But as long as, if I'm trusting you with this, you have to trust me that if you come across Dream Eater in any way that maybe I'm not around or somebody else mentions something, that you'll let me know before you do anything, okay?
Okay. And I'm gonna give you a really big hug.
Oh, okay. And Phineas hugs her back.
You're a really good person. And I kiss you on the cheek, and then I get out from under the table.
And Phineas is actually like a bit, he stays under the table a little bit longer after this.
Because of his boner.
yeah, I can't stand up like this. And he has like, he feels pretty good about this, and like he just got a lot going on in his head, and takes a breath and then steps out from under the table.
Phineas, one of the things that you're noticing, it's been a few hours of research, and it's about like 11:15, and you planned to meet the gargoyle at midnight. So, because you still have concentration going
Yes.
on,
Yep.
suggestion you're very aware of.
I know he's not dead.
You know he's not dead because the spell is still going.
Yes.
So,
Hey, we've got to get out of here. Albion is going to be wrapping up his tour of the town real quick, and we got to meet him, and we might get some information on, and Phineas eyes Ivy on Auntie. So we should probably get out of here.
Okay. I go over to like the Dragonbuilt lady, Shuri, you said? What was her name?
Shumari?
Shamari.
Shamari. And I hold up the book and I said, I would like this book, please.
I'll say make a persuasion roll.
Oh, nice. Dirty 20.
Well, for a comparable contribution,
That's money.
it is money. We will say 25 gold.
And I put my whole gold down and I'm like, can you help me?
Of course.
Okay, I don't deal with money. I
No,
usually
oh.
deal with fish hooks.
Understood. And she takes them out and one at a time, places them, and she counts them out. I'm assuming Althea and Phineas are watching for sleight of hand or
I am
anything
not.
like. Oh, you're not. Okay.
No,
Phineas is, and it's mostly because
you're an adult.
It's mostly because I don't know what's going on with this machine, this Dragonbuilt. I'm still just trying to assess what is it.
Sure. You can make a perception roll for me.
6.
seems on the level. She places each coin out, and it's very like Vegas style. Like puts the coin down, turns her hand over to make sure you know that it's empty. Like it's fast, but it's seamless. And she sets out the 25 gold. She pulls it aside and gives you the bag back.
Thank you very much. And
Of
I take
course.
it and I put like the book in the bag of holding, and I like double check to make sure because I do have like one little pouch that's like really I keep like around my neck. It's like I keep under my clothes, and like I make sure I have the page I tore it out with Auntie's face. I like put it in the pouch. And
Okay.
Now she does have a character sheet. How much gold does she have?
Who?
me,
Ivy.
I have 174 gold left.
Jesus Christ.
I've spent 1 gold on 1 imp stick.
You're rich.
Yes.
What I'm
Spent-
saying is, does she have 149 gold now, or does she have less?
Well, no, I
Oh no! If you're talking about if she's counting,
If
there's no change to Amanda's stats. Like I'm not gonna say like actually deduct another 20. Like
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I think like
Well pointed out though. That's a very good point. I would have had
I was
to.
saying she has a character sheet.
I
so
would have
even
had to
though
be above board
In
and
character,
say-
we might not know that she stole money, but if the dragon robot stole money, then
no,
she would.
you
yeah.
are correct to point that out. But no, there's no change.
Are we leaving the library?
Yeah.
On our way out, I will stop by Shumari, and I'll look around whatever the hell those eyes are.
They are like lenses. It's
Yeah,
very
I'll look in our
disconcerting.
lenses and I'll say, spirits are meant to disperse into the world.
Well, some of us had unfinished business.
If it were up to me, I would make it happen.
Well, fortunately for you, I'm still protected.
For now.
I come up behind Quatra and I just put my hands on his shoulders and I'm like, thanks. And then I like lead him away.
It's been a pleasure. Please come back and visit the academy anytime.
And then as we're walking away, I just put my hand in the air.
I'm gonna crush that soul
Yo,
crystal.
we got it.
how close are we to like midnight? Like, can Phineas talk to her for a very short window of time?
How short?
Like a minute?
Yeah, you could do a minute.
Okay. I want to spend a minute with this Dragonbuilt.
So everyone else leaves and heads towards the boat, and
Yes, because I want to see if she actually fears or feels any sort of thing. Like, it's
Interesting.
not. I'm not saying anything, but I want to see if.
I'm trolling away. I'm serious, Althea. It's super unnatural.
Yeah, no, dude, I know. It's fucking weird, right? It's weird. Like, it's just...
So, your unfinished business, just to be clear, was to sit at this desk and point people to where the library is, to where the pool is, or whatever.
I am a representative of the Zidani clan and their hard work and their endeavors and the success of the Dragonbuilt. I'm happy to work with the academy and greet people, but I am a bit of an object lesson in what is possible here.
Okay. Where are you eating tonight?
I don't need to eat.
Okay. Who you're hanging out with after this?
I have some faculty friends.
You trying to ask her on a date?
I know, I was thinking the same thing.
No.
What time do you get out?
Phineas is trying to assess if, like, one, if this is a construct that actually has a life
Right.
outside of this desk,
Yeah.
or if it thinks it has a life outside of this desk.
And at what point I know
A
the
minute. It
skill
takes
you're-
exactly a minute
to take
for-
effect?
for words of terror to
Okay.
take effect.
Got it. So
And basically how that works is, make a wisdom saving throw. Otherwise she or the construct becomes frightened, if it can become frightened.
She melts.
what else do you ask her? I mean, you've got about 30 seconds.
Basically Phineas's questions start to turn to questions about like the resurrection and how it works.
You like
and
Yu-Gi-Oh?
and he's using his knowledge through detect magic that he learned before to like pinpoint, like, I understand how the necromancy works with your compartment there and how the enchantment magic works on the ligatures and the arms, but how are you pulling things back through the veil?
What's the DC? Oh wait, it's yours. I have it in front of me. 15.
Yeah.
She rolled a 14.
Okay.
She says, the veil is I don't have any memory of going through the veil.
But you've got a statue out front. I mean,
I-
clearly they
I-
must
I-
tell you how they pulled you back. And can I roll a... It's intimidation.
Yeah.
But it's I'm trying to intimidate her sense of self. As
Yeah,
if, like,
no, I know.
do you know like what you are,
Yeah.
basically?
Go ahead and roll. You have advantage because she's frightened.
Oh, well, that was a very good roll to start. 23. 23 is better.
Okay. I remember dying. I remember water filling my lungs. I swam and was caught by a riptide. And I remember the agony of it. And I don't recall what happened next. I felt a presence. Not an altogether reassuring one. But then I was back and alive, as a matter of speaking. I've been this way for 17 years. It's been an adjustment to new sensations, new experiences. There have been difficulties with friends, but new friends as well, as anyone changes over time. I don't know what happens after death, and I wish I could tell you.
Can I roll an insight? Because I've had a long conversation. And
Yeah,
she's obviously
I'll drop
like-
the disadvantage on it.
Okay.
Because it's harder for her to put up a veil against this.
Okay, so that's going to be a 12.
12. She seems genuine. There's a definite guarded element to her at all times. And you're seeing still an aspect of that, still an element of that as she's speaking to you. She's holding back as much as she's kind of able to against your ability, against, against these memories themselves. There's certain amounts she doesn't want to share, doesn't feel comfortable sharing, but she also does get this question a lot, so it's not totally weird for her to answer them, but you can tell that you are dragging up an uncomfortable and frankly frightening memory and moment for her.
The one question I guess Phineas is trying to answer to kind of get to his point is, does he feel like this is actually her? This isn't a construct meant to think it's her. This is her. This is genuine emotion.
This is genuine emotion. It is entirely up to Phineas what he believes and interprets, but this functions like this seems her. Yes, she has a frankly robotic veneer, no pun intended, when she speaks with people at the desk, and the way she brushed off Quatra was very much like automatic and emotionless. She has emotion, and she fears and she feels.
So Phineas, like the hairs in the back of his neck stands up, and like it's mixed of fear, this is crazy, and then the last thing is excitement, like literal small bursts of joy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry, and he drops the words of terror, like as if like a cloud in the room again. It suddenly starts getting lighter.
Yeah, it's still dark in here in general. Like it is still almost midnight, but there is a definite sense of like the light returning almost makes it seem as if it's day again.
Because how we've described it before is like it's
Everything
almost like tunnel
grows-
vision. Everything
yeah.
kind of like
everything
muffles
grows
down.
dark around and the light gets dim, and it's just the two of you framed essentially. And when it returns, it's still very dark, but it feels like the temperature rose 10 degrees after that moment.
I'm sorry, I asked a lot of intrusive questions there. You have no... I didn't have... I'm sorry. That was poor form of me.
Thank you. I get it a lot, and I rarely get an apology afterwards, so I genuinely appreciate it.
Hey, how does someone apply for this place?
Well, you'd have to speak with the faculty, but I can get you a form.
Fair enough. And then I run after everybody.
Okay.
I want to go to Althea.
Okay. You guys are piling into the boat at this point?
And I'm like, Althea, I want to show you something.
All right.
Okay. And I
was trying to talk to. We were talking to I was talking to Quatra about this kind of weird
very, 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 very quickly.
thing.
Very quickly.
Sure.
And Quatra, you can look too if you like. And I
will.
I take the patchet around my neck and I pull out the piece of paper and I unfold it and I show you the photo and I'm like, this is Auntie.
That's not Auntie.
Yes, it is.
You druid crafted a very different person.
No, but look, you can see. And like I druid craft it and like I like point out the similarities and like her face shape. And I'm like, and then I kind of like use druid craft to like morph it into what you look like. So you can see like how it's still similar, but like.
Is it convincing?
She changed.
it's sort of a before after. It's like the beginning and end of Castaway.
I have some reservations.
What happened to her, Ivy?
I don't know, but I'm gonna ask her. Also, her name is Kalina Lanik.
Did that ring any bells?
Same.
No, neither of you have heard the name before.
I feel like I've just met her. And I fold it up and I put it back. You guys can go back to talking about your hell again.
Don't show people that picture, Ivy.
I would also agree with that.
Why not?
It's our secret for now.
It could prompt a lot of very unsavory questions.
Is it okay that I've been druid crafting her?
I wouldn't do it as much.
I would
But-
stop that now.
How are people supposed to know where to tell me where she is? How are we gonna find her?
I
We
think-
will find her.
I think we need to be careful about whose help we ask for.
We could hurt her, Ivy. We don't want to hurt her.
And I'm not saying you can't do it at all, but maybe be a little less trusting.
I just have so many questions for her.
So do we.
Where's Phineus?
Yeah.
Hey, sorry about that. I had a couple quick questions. I think it's legit. I think those are real people in those things.
All right, get in the boat.
Okay,
Onward!
I'm in.
One of you all make an Arcana check to try to pilot the boat.
Uh-oh.
Who has the highest Arcana?
Oh shit!
Or are we all doing
Did
it?
anyone download the app?
Wait, are we all doing it? or
Whoever
just-
whoever has the highest can roll with advantage.
Tank, teach me how to ride a boat.
I have an Arcana of 1.
I have +2.
All right, roll with advantage.
Can't believe I have the highest. Arcana.
Hardest.
Hardest and highest, and I rolled a 6.
Uh-oh, are we crashing into the infernal sea?
Oh
No, I lied. I rolled a 9. I'll use one of my inspirations.
You were inspired to pilot it well?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
You begin to pilot it, and the boat begins to like lurch and shift and like slide back
Oh,
towards
no.
the front door of the academy. And you think back, you're like, okay, what did Funke do? What buttons did he hit? And you remember like when you moved back into your position at the back of the boat to pose.
Quatra did that. I stayed in the front.
Ah, well, Quatra points out and says, I think he was actually on the other side, and you turn and you mirror what you were doing, and it begins to go in their direction.
This is why it's a problem. You've been controlling it from the wrong side of the boat.
What I love the idea is like he could have been like Charlie Browning it the whole way, like, but then his fingers like,
That's exactly what
like
happened.
just like perfectly flying this thing, just like, oh
Yeah, he was on full autopilot. It seemed like maybe that sort of like turn off your brain manual, like method
someone
is
playing like League of Legends or StarCraft
Well,
like super fast,
It
but
seemed
like
maybe
just being
that was
sad.
maybe that was exactly what he needed to do, and just to like not be thinking about.
Do you know what
things.
this feels like? They feel like those like university golf carts.
Yeah, there's an element of that for sure. Actually, it's because you're kind of ferrying them to and from like the port and the depot.
Yeah.
So
If you but these can kill us.
So I drive it.
yeah, you fly it across the sea, back over to where your boar and your bear and your owl, I assume,
And our friend.
and your friend Jabstein, who's like,
We named the animals before we named Jamstein.
What's your name again?
Who are you?
and he says, "So what did you guys learn about? Did you hear if anything can come back to life?"
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know what? We learned a lot. And then we start telling him what we learned.
Okay.
I learned about Auntie, but I can't tell you anything.
You can tell Jabstein.
Oh, and I told Jefferson.
Okay. He's much more interested in the maybe people can come back to life thing.
I tell Jabstein about what I've learned.
Okay. About
The
resurrection.
necromancy and the stone.
Oh.
The enchantments to work the ligaments and everything.
And we tell everybody about the relic oil
Wait, what?
and about Jorma Hoke. We tell them about that.
Wait a second. You guys figured out that there's an oil out there that can make magical items, like, very quickly?
That's not the important part.
That seems very important.
The important part is that we could make money off of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I think the important... Well, yeah, I guess we were making money off it.
Yes, because if we have money, I can buy more books that I can read about Auntie.
And imp food.
And then Lady Thorn will have her dumb ring.
That's true, but we could also get access to this relic oil. I mean, this stuff sounds pretty amazing from
I'll-
what you've briefly described.
I'll be honest, I've never
It's not-
heard of relic oil.
Neither have I.
I think you're just... I think you're missing the point of the whole story the relic oil isn't really the point of all of this. The point is that we found Jorma Hoke.
High
Okay.
five. High five.
High five.
Which is great.
You have not heard of relic oil. You've probably heard of, probably Phineas has heard of similar compounds from way back, like residuum and things, but not to the level that what he's describing of I can make a ring in a couple of days. That's not how long it takes to enchant magic items. You remember that when...
I wouldn't know that.
Well, you remember...
Even though I have the highest arcana.
Well, you remember when Quatra said, can you enchant my Kusarigama? They were like, yeah, just leave it here for a couple months. And this guy's like, I can make a ring in 3 days.
Oh.
That is a vast gulf of difference.
Phineas, it's hell magic. Forget it.
I mean, I don't necessarily think we don't know what it is.
Dude,
but
I'm really tired of this, discovering things and then Phineas having a meltdown over it. I'm really tired. I would just like to go to bed now.
Where are we going to go to bed?
Well, before we go to bed, we got to meet out with Albion. Remember the gargoyle?
Oh my god.
Why
we
do we-
still haven't met up with Albion.
Why do we have so much to do?
It's a busy day, I guess.
You are past the bridge. You are out of Los Sorosis at this point. I'm assuming you told them all this.
Yeah,
as you
we're
were
just
walking.
going straight
So
there to
walk
meet
and talk,
Albion.
so.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Who's riding on the boar?
Me. It's
Who's
my
riding
boar.
on the bear?
Me.
You three just hoofing it? You and Jabstein and
Yeah.
Quatra?
I've got Gregory on my arm.
Wait, are we going across the... We're going across the bridge?
Yep.
Oh.
There's-
Yeah, I'll ride the boar.
Yeah,
I
there's
kind of
no
wanted to
more,
go back in the...
There's no more carts
I
passing
was really
through.
excited about that.
Seems like at this time, they've definitely dried up.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a very much the city gets much quieter as night falls.
But then there's one part of the city where it's happened.
Oh yeah.
Shima City.
Oh boy.
Funky time.
That's the city gate.
The city gate.
Gotta go where the city gate is, baby.
Here's some magic tricks.
It's
my
my
dad
dad's
did.
basement.
My dad does magic tricks.
What's that behind your ear?
Your dad's so cool.
And the 5 of you, are you bringing Jabstein with you to this meeting with Albion?
Sure.
Okay.
We have to.
But we're
kind of-
putting a leash on him. We don't want him to
Yeah.
get crazy.
Yeah. Mirror shades.
Mirror shades.
Yes.
You bring him to Bozadar's, which is a restaurant. It seems like, people are still coming and going, even though it's almost midnight at this point. And you all head inside for your meeting with the gargoyle. Thanks for listening to Friday Night Quests. Your heroes will return in 2 weeks. Ivy is played by Amanda Joy Condon. You can follow her on Twitter at Amanda Joy. That's spelled Joy. Althea is played by Hilary Levi. You can follow her on Twitter at Hilary Levi. Phineas is played by Jay Jones. You can follow him on Twitter at JAwesomeJones and on the Wrath and Story podcast. Quatra is played by Jeremy Fox. You can follow him on Twitter at JLeeFox. I'm Mike Christensen, and I'm on Twitter at SuperGeekMike. Our theme song was composed by Khyle Fryer. He writes fantastic tracks for your D&D games, among other things, so follow him on SoundCloud for more great musical content. This episode included music by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com. You can find the track listing and credits in the show notes. This episode also included ambient sound from tabletopaudio.com. Are you interested in bonus episodes of Friday Night Quests, the kind you won't hear anywhere else? How about exclusive access to our Dungeon Master notes? You can find that and more by supporting our show at patreon.com/Friday Night Quests. We also have an online store. If you visit the merch link on our website, you can go to our Redbubble shop and get t-shirts, mugs, notebooks, phone cases, and so much more. If you like our show, please check out our other podcast, Wrath and Story, a hilarious RPG show set in the grimdark universe of Warhammer 40k. Jay Jones and Andrew Dickinger, along with their Servo Skull Daniel Fernandez, bounce from one crazy adventure to the next, hoping for fortune, glory, and decent dice rolls. If you have any questions about the show, you can email us at FridayNightQuests@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tumblr, all at Partial Arc. Thanks for listening, and until next time, play fair and have fun. Hör då i the remember always and vi ser